found, I'm finding out that she's got a Haley. What the hell is wrong with you? I could have came to Salt Lake City and saw my kid.
Yeah.
But no, they don't. They now I see what. And then and to be honest, I know you really love Dennis and everything, but he was a big part of all this. Like, I see why that guy's kids hate him. And I took Haley there on my own money for one Christmas, and Dennis is sitting there wanting to watch a football game and not go to this huge big church event with everybody as a family. And so me and Mom and Haley go, and they're just stupid. She's stupid. What the hell are you doing? It's just ridiculous. You guys got this great opportunity. You're costing me all this money. I'll take Haley somewhere else. I got better family than you. The Christmas before, I took her to Russian Mike's and to see you in Albuquerque. And, they actually came, to give them credit, they came out that one time to Albuquerque. But, if I had, anyway, it's just all sad. I definitely wish I wasn't telling this story.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. So, I've been very disappointed in Ann and Dennis in the last few years too. And I don't know what else to say except that ever since they went Mormon, they have been different people. They've been people I don't know.
And I'm telling you, I met so many great Mormons. Those people are awesome. But yeah, it did something with them, didn't it?
And
it sure.
I don't know. Maybe you have met some really great Mormons, but my experience with Mormons has not been great. And it's not been just Ann and Dennis. It's not been great with several different Mormons. And
I hear you.
So maybe you've gotten lucky and you've had good experiences, but I have not. And I don't know if it's the religion. I don't know what it is, but
all their best friends, man, and it's so messed up. Like, they're out there in Salt Lake City where, this is the best model families I've seen yet. And they've got their 30-year-old kids with families staying over at their house. Nobody's telling them to go out and get an apartment and If they need to come stay at the grandparents' house, they come stay for a while at the grandparents' house. Mm-hmm. They didn't treat their kids this way. And so all their best friends I'd go to dinner with them at these houses, they had this complete other example for Mom and Dennis to watch. And they never adapted to it. They're just selfish fucking assholes, man.
Yeah.
And what the hell is wrong with them? And the whole thing with having Haley out there, I don't understand that at all. I don't, it's like sickness. It's some sort of...
Well, you should be able to see your child, and that's really messed up. And I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Well, Melissa's Fatal Attraction turned into this classic story of fatal beat up the dad through the kid, And if he cares... That's the worst thing he ever did, because now you're going to get cut out. Now the kid's being, so it's for my big heart and loving my kid so much that she's the perfect vehicle to execute damage against me with. And it's been traumatizing. It's been really fucking hard, Wendy. Like, I missed my daughter.
Yeah.
I was sitting there with her in the Ronald McDonald house when she had wires running out of her chest for that open heart surgery, and Melissa sitting there filling out fucking forms to get paid from a research program paying her to answer questions in some packet about mothers who abuse substance while pregnant. And she's doing it in the same damn room with the child. Yeah, it's bad. Melissa's bad news. And now she's, of course... I've been through it all, Wendy. She's put in the false reports on me. Now, I haven't talked to her in 6 years because if I talk to her, I'm giving her an opportunity to repeat to someone else that something else took place. So now you can't say that you ever even saw me or met me or manipulate anything or tell a lie about it because you never saw me or talked to me.
Right.
So I just paid, I've just been hustling hard and paying through the courts. And then this house market crash happened, and I'm in this chapter of life where I don't really know. I got to get up, but it's going to take a minute. And she found out that I'm out of the country. And once she figured that out, Haley told me on the phone. I had a beautiful 2-hour conversation, because every time I try to get a hold of this kid, I'm calling grandparents' house 50 times. I'm calling the cell phone 50 times to get a hold of her once. And she's got a computer with Skype. I bought it, sent it to the house. She's got all this stuff. Anyway, to talk to Dad.
Everybody else takes it and uses it and never gives it to Haley.
You got it. So the other day, her Skype account registered on my thing. It says, Haley Gaudette is online. I'm like, oh, my God, Haley, typing. Oh, is that you? Is that you? Of course, no, it's not her. Someone just logs right out and doesn't respond. You know, and this kid's crying. You know, she snuck a year ago when I pushed the trial. She got a phone off of a teacher and called me. Now, what the hell kind of conversation did she have to have with a teacher in the American school system? Does not just give a kid a phone. You can get in trouble for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So she had to say something like, "Look, my dad is not going to tell on you. He just really wants to." She calls me. I mean, this poor kid is so smart off all this crap now.
Right.
You know. She knows exactly what's going on. She knows she cannot argue Mom. I've seen her manipulate her mother on the phone, telling her mother different stuff so that she can get her visitations with me. I've heard it.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I mean, kids figure it out really fast, and they know what to do. So
I'm just sitting there thinking, oh, my God, my 7-year-old is freaking a better liar than me when I was, you know what I mean? Like,
well, and it's sad because Melissa's making her have to figure out how to be a liar. You know, Melissa's creating that, and it's too bad because it's sad when a 7-year-old has to learn how to do that at 7 years old.
Yeah.
A 7-year-old should be able to still be innocent and not have to.
Haley is smarter than she is.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, she's got to be because you're her dad and you're scary smart, which I've told you that in the past.
Thanks.
So, yeah, and it's really sad that Haley has to, you know, be that smart. And it's really sad that, not that she has to be that smart, but that she has to be that manipulative, you know.
Totally. That's what I'm afraid of. Yeah. Because now, and she's freaking hot, and you don't want, you know, a little hot female child is going to take two roads. They're going to really take this, I'm going to be a manipulator because that's what works and functions in my life.
Right.
Or I'm going to take the road of being a quiet, humble, caring child, which is the road she was on. She was born with that spirit in that heart. And that's what just kills me is she's being derailed into this other path.
Oh, she totally has been. I mean, it's too late now. She's 7 already, and she's already doing it. So it's too late now.
No.
She's been derailed, and that's the path she's taking. And she has to take it for her own survival, you know, because she's in a dysfunctional situation. And there's no way that you were able to get custody.
Man, you should have been there, Wendy. I got the court report. I paid extra for a court reporter to be there. I got it reported. The judge was ready to switch custody. She says, do you have extended family with you in Philly? I'm like, no, but I don't need it. You know, I got the church, I got a 5-bedroom fucking house all by myself right here. She's got every toy in the world, her own wardrobe, Anyways, this is what the lady turns around because Melissa's got grandparents, uncles, aunts out there in Virginia, so that weighed heavier in the judge's mind. The judge turns around and starts puking. She starts going, okay, well, we're going to fashion an order to, you can only work certain hours of the day, Mom. You can no longer work in a bar. You can't use this daycare provider anymore. You got to use another daycare provider. That's what the order says. You can use specific daycare, not this daycare, not other daycare. You can you can work certain jobs, not these jobs. You need to be working in the daytime. You can't be working in a bar. Melissa had her daycare perfect. I'm paying support based on a $400 daycare expense. Haley's with some guy that doesn't have a job, doesn't have kids of her own, and is giving Melissa and them a free place to stay, and he wants to spend 12 hours, 10 hours, whatever kind of hours of his week with this kid, just her and him. What the hell does that look like? I mean, I'm a good guy. You can leave your kids with me, but hey, I gotta go work.
Right.
You know, I got my own responsibilities. I'm not a bum. This looks weird. You know, I couldn't sleep at night. It's terrible. Everything I've had to go through, it slowed my the truth of it too is, had I not been going through all this emotional crap, I probably would have been able to got the refinance in time before this housing market crash hit, and we would have been okay.
Right.
But no, I'm sitting here losing all these hours, and I can't think, and I can't work right, and all this. So, you know, basically, I don't know, crazy, scary, smart dad's got a new angle on this now, right, is the flip side of it all. What I'm doing now is I'm recording all this stuff. I'm just getting people to tell me, hey, you know, no, Brandon's a great guy. He's been a great father. He's been really putting it in for his kid, and that way at least Haley gets to see some faces, hear some stories, and go find people, and it'll authorize me and her to have a relationship in the future. Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, I go back to Melissa and say, hey, look, dummy, she's going to find out, and she's going to be pissed. She's going to be pissed at you, and I don't want my kid to go through that. I don't even want her to be mad at you. I don't want her to be mad at all. I don't want anger in the kid's heart anywhere. I want her to be happy.
Right.
She's supposed to be, man, could you imagine if Haley was with me full time and someone sent me $550 a month? I'd be a soccer coach. She'd be in all kinds of karate, all this, extracurricular. I'm not going to leave her with some other guy and go work at a bar, freaking brainwash and psychologically abuse her just to hurt her father, who I have some crazy fatal attraction to her. I don't even know. I don't even know what the hell goes on in a sick person's mind like this, because I'm not like that.
Yeah, she's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll never forget the day when she kept trying to tell me how you would abuse her and hit her and beat her up and shit. And I'm like, Monica, or what's her name, Melissa? I'm like, no, I'm sorry, but I'm just not going to buy it. Oh,
but you,
blah, blah, blah.
this is you.
Huh.
But that's you. The thing is, you know me. But with a court and a judge, she plays the same card, Wendy.
Oh, I know.
She said,
I know. I'm sure she does. And, and she just kept on trying to convince me. And I just said, you know what, you need to go. Because I know Brandon. I raised Brandon.
Yeah.
I've known Brandon since he was 7. So, sorry, not buying it. I've seen him get angry. I've seen him full of shit. If anybody knows Brandon, it's me.
Right, right on. Love you.
I know Brandon, and I know the crap he will do, and I know the crap he won't do, and that's not stuff Brandon does. So
no, not at all. And you'd be so proud if you got to look at this more closely. You'd be so proud of me now, Wendy. I really have just been like, I just turn and walk away. I do not engage. I'm just trying to set an alternative example. What the hell, how am I winning in Haley's interest if I'm engaging with this little idiot?
Yeah.
It's so, no, Daddy's a good guy. He's not the type of person who's going to sit there and waste his time doing something with what doesn't work. So, I did the court thing. Now I'm going to try to do this thing. And through making this movie, every close friend in the military, or everybody I'm talking to, they're all telling me the same thing. They're like, man, you're losing your happiness in this. You have to just, and that's what I've had to, like, I can't even cry. I used to cry a lot.
Yeah.
Now I can't even cry over this stuff. I'm like, it's messed up, but my body's had to shut down my own love for my own kid because it slows me down to the point where I'm not getting anything done.
Yeah. I understand. It's got to be just wrenching, It's just got to be awful. And I've always thought she was a little wacky. So, and I don't know what to tell you about Anne. Sadly, I don't know her anymore. I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about it. And
it
makes me sad. It makes me sad, but I don't know who she is anymore.
And what's funny, I have a funny response for that, right? What's funny is she's the same lady she's always been to me. Because the same lady that I looked at her face signing me into some freaking jailhouse, one of the 50th times she's done it, most of the time you don't even get to see it. But one of these idiot people had her do it right in front of my face. And I watched this emotionless face that just did not care, that was serving herself, you know what I mean, and doing what she wanted to do, and I will never remember that moment, and that's the flash. That flashback is what came to me when I realized that she had pulled the rug out from under me again, and I'm just like, man, you fucking haven't. All this was a lie. This whole we're gonna be a family thing. You haven't changed a damn bit. That's. So I have an interesting response for that. That's how I feel about her.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's very, it's quite enlightening for me to think about that, and it's quite enlightening for you to see it. So.
For sure, yeah.